welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Taurus in the month of July. If you like these readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there. #LoveGrowsTarot. I take donations. You can go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot and leave them there. I'm guided by the tarot cards and spirit. So basically I just keep shuffling until the appropriate card presents itself. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with absolutely everyone, and the themes and energies in these readings will take place in the future as well, so feel free to come back and review them at any time. I start off with 3 opening cards, one from the past, one that represents the past, one that represents the present, and one that represents the future. I follow through with the rest of my reading, and I end with a subconscious card, what your subconscious may be trying to tell you, or what you may be subconsciously focusing on, or should be focusing on. So let's get started with this reading for the sun sign of Taurus in the month of July. First card is going to be the past. So we have a major arcana. This is the High Priestess. So this is intuitive abilities, and this is spiritual knowledge and esotericism. I can't say that, so I'm going to drop that word. It's really about all those sort of esoteric, spiritual ideas and thoughts and things that may have been drawing your interest when you were younger, a high intuitive level. The High Priestess asks you to use this. She wants you to get more into your intuition, or sort of go back to a real strength that you had, or maybe some interest that you had in the past, and bring this up into the future, because these are some lessons that are carrying through from the past that you need to go back to and apply to what's going on in the present. So for the present, we have the 8 of Swords. So this card is about self-imposed restrictions, what goes on in your head, and how it can hold you back from things. When you feel like you're imprisoned by something, but it isn't. It's just you doing all the damage, and you can walk away from these swords, because these swords are not surrounding you. You can quickly walk out of there and set your mind free. Yeah, so the swords are all about the mind. So it's all those little games that you play in your mind that keep you from doing the things that you really, really want to love. So really pay attention to that. And for the future, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles is a growth card, and the Pentacles are your finances, your worldly possessions, and your material goods. So they're growing. The key to this card with the 7 is patience. Just stick to it. You've planted the seeds are planted, they're growing, but stick with it. Tend to this garden and tend to the growth. If you have the habit of getting bored or restless or moving on to different things, really stick to it, because this kind of energy is here for you in the future, and it's going to be something that you can master as well. Maybe that was a type of energy that kept you back from things in your past, but in the future you're going to be able to get into it and really sort of stick to it, and really nurture things and really allow things to grow. What else does Taurus need to know about for the month of July? Taurus in the month of July. So we have more swords. This time it's the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is a card of secrets. Be mindful of secrets for July. Be mindful of the people around you. Maybe they're keeping secrets. Be mindful of your possessions. It's also the card of thievery. It's also a card of fight or flight kind of energy, where maybe you take off prematurely from something. Maybe it's a habitual, maybe it's jobs, or just when conflict arises, or something where you just sort of run off. The other thing about this card is also is if you have invested in something and it's not paying off, take what you've got out of it and then just move on. Because if it is the case for some of you where you are invested in something and you aren't really sure of it, or there's something going on that intuitively, because the High Priestess is here and she wants you to use your intuition. Intuitively, if you feel like this isn't working out to be a good thing, gather what you can and then move on. If you take a little bit of, if it's a money situation and you're not going to make anything out of it, but you'll be able to get at least what you put into it originally, then just take that and go, because that's going to be your best bet. What else does Taurus need to know about in the month of July? The month of July for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about in the month of July? Ooh, got some. Okay. So we have the Hangman. The Hangman is another major arcana, just like the High Priestess. So these are the change and life lessons. So you need to change your perspective. Something's going to come in and change your perspective. And it looks like it's got to do with this Seven of Swords. So maybe this relationship or whatever this is really going to change your outlook on things and your perspective on things, and make you more aware of your own self and have a whole new perspective on you. So if it is the Seven of Swords, if this is about habitual habits that have been getting in the way, and you make these changes, it's really going to turn things around. It'll give you a whole new perspective. Or if this is an experience, this experience is going to give you a whole new perspective. And then we have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is when you're focusing on something. The cups are emotions, so it's emotionally charged. You're focusing on something that has a real emotional weight on it. And because you're focusing so much on whatever this emotional situation was, or relationship, or these feelings, you're missing the gifts that the universe is offering you. So you got to take your mind away from that, especially if you're harboring grudges or resentments or sorrows. Just, you got to let it go, because you're missing out on a whole bunch of gifts. And gifts from the universe don't necessarily have to be big, sweeping, grand gifts. They can be little gifts that keep adding up and take you to exactly where you want to be. So be mindful of what you're focusing on in the month of July, Taurus. What else does Taurus need to know about for the month of July? Our good friends Taurus for July. So we have the Hermit, another major arcana. So we have some lessons for the month of July, some changes. The Hermit is about knowledge and shining your knowledge on the world. That could be in communication, that could be in writing, that could be just expression. So you really have a lot of knowledge. And it's also about a teacher and a mentor. So there could be a teacher or mentor that comes into your life in the month of July. It's also about taking the time away in meditation, really working on your meditation if that's your practice, because there's a lot of insights that you can get through a really good meditation practice. So if you just started meditation, keep it up. If you're in meditation, there's things that will come through for you, and write them down, or really act upon them, or really take them seriously, because they're coming through for you in the month of July. What else does Taurus need to know about? So we have the Five of Cups. Once again, we're back with the cups, and the cups in your reading for the month of July are really heavy. It's a heavy emotions. And once again, we're still focused on the three. So if you're focusing on the three, and this is way, the universe has gifts for you, and you have to keep this focus away, because if you don't, it's going to get really, really deep. And we've got the Hermit here, and the Hermit is offering you this deep sense of knowledge and this deep understanding, and really wants it to bring it out in you. And then we almost have the same posture here with the Five of Cups. So there's two cups here, and once again, these are gifts, and there's a gift here. So you got to turn something around, you got to create more positive energy, and you got to move forward starting in the month of July. And then we have more cups. So you're dealing with a lot of emotions. We got a lot of cups coming forward. This is about choices, and the choices that you make, and being good choices, and the temptations and the illusions. And it's also about if you're gonna, like, making things turn into a reality, so that they're not a pipe dream, they actually turn into something tangible. So really sort of work on that. At times this also can be, because if you go back to when these cards were originally drawn, Pamela Coleman Smith was this represented, because this represented theater, and or acting, or being on stage, or being in the presence of like a camera kind of thing or something. So for some of you, you might have quite a few choices, or you might have some, like if you were an actor, you'd get all these different roles, and you'd have to choose which one you want, which film you'd like to be in, and which one would be the better one for you. So that's the kind of energy in the Seven of Cups for you. And if you don't turn around get away from the heaviness here, and really turn that energy into positive energy, and then all these choices are going to come your way. What else does Taurus need to know about for the month of July? So we have the Magician. So the Magician is another major arcana. So we've got 4 so far. The Magician is about you at work. You with the mindset of being able to do anything that you want to. You have all the tools. You can be anything you want to. You can create anything you want to. You just have to put yourself in that mindset. It's a very active card, so the energy here is about really jumping onto that, really exposing, getting yourself out there, and really taking advantage of the opportunities that are going to come your way, and really have a strong belief in yourself, because this 8 of Swords is very damaging. It can really get into your mind and cause a lot of problems. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is big change. So there's going to be big changes, a lot of good fortune coming your way. But like I said, this whole Magician mindset has got to replace this 8 of Swords mindset. It has to be a complete change. And a lot of it's going to have to do with these 2 cards here. Be very mindful of the 7 of Swords. If you have those habits that aren't really creating positive opportunities or positive energy in your life, but it's just these habits that, like a fight or flight, kind of like get out of town quick kind of habits and behaviors, we got to change that around. Also be mindful of the people that are around you. And changing whatever this card means to you, changing this is really going to give you a whole new perspective on things. And then we have the 6 of Wands, which is the Victory card and the card of success. And it comes right nicely at the end with all these big changes. So you are being asked about using your intuition and the past and her presence. And her presence is a very esoteric presence. It's a very spiritual presence. It's a very intuitive presence. And then you have a big perspective change, viewing things from a whole new perspective and looking out at life on a whole new perspective. You've got the Hermit as a teacher, as knowledge, as taking your experiences and putting them on paper, or just retaining more knowledge, or get a better understanding. And then you've got the Cups here, this is going to be the tricky part for you in the month of July. Just getting your attention away from these things. The 3 Cups, and we've got the 3 Cups in both cards, and they're both drawing your attention towards it, and you got to let it go. And then you have some choices, opportunities, but be mindful of which ones you take. Make sure that they are what's right for you, not what's right for somebody else. You've got the Magician energy coming in, where you have to get rid of this like self-destructive behavior, this self-sabotage, this victimized behavior. Turn it around and be more like the Magician. And with this energy, you're going to find a big change and a very victorious change. So your subconscious card is the 8 of Wands. So it's drive and energy and confidence, and it wants everything to get going, and that's the energy from your subconscious. It wants you to like put things into motion, get things going, get that confidence, be victorious, be like this card. So what you really need to do this month, Taurus, is in the month of July, is to really start changing things. Changing those behaviors that aren't doing you any good, changing maybe some of the people around you that aren't necessarily the best for you. Just make some changes, and as soon as you make some changes and you can indicate what these cards represent to you and how you can make these changes, you're really going to come out like super positive, a real sort of winner at the end of the month here. So that's going to be your reading for the month of July, Taurus. I hope you like these readings. If you like these readings, please subscribe. If you want upcoming notifications or if you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. If I have descriptions, I will leave them in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there. #LoveGrowsTarot. I do take donations, paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot. You can leave them there. And that's it. Some work to do. If you don't do the work, you aren't going to see the changes. So that's one thing about tarot cards, is it's really up to you to take this information and apply it to yourself so that you can make positive changes and you can create new opportunities and you can create expansion and growth going forward. Yeah, so have a great July. Stay safe, and I will see you.